Happy Tuesday! This week I want to share with you one way to gamify your classroom. You probably have heard this term thrown around, and I want to show you a tool that I have been using in my classroom really successfully and that my kids really love, and I wanted to mention it to you and see if this is something that would fit your classroom, your schedule, and if this would be something that would benefit your own kids. So, there is something called Blooket. We've been using it primarily in math. It is a way to gamify your learning. So gamifying your learning is basically taking your learning and putting it into a game. So the kids are, instead of looking at doing math questions on a workbook page, they're doing it on a website through a game. So it makes it a little more engaging. There's a lot of other ones that I've seen, but this is definitely one of the best ones, and I'm going to show you why. So very quick to sign up. All you have to do is just sign up with your email. I already have an account. And what you do is you can either import sets from Quizlet. So if you use Quizlet in your classroom and your kids make their sets and share them with you, or if you make sets for them, for example, I have division and multiplication facts for the third graders. I have imported that one. So there's a set with 190 different math facts. There's also, this is similar to Kahoot, in the sense that there's a discover. So you can search for anything. So the other day we were looking for some ELA ones, and we've been talking about soft and hard C. And I went to search, and suddenly all these other teacher created ones were there. Something you should know, you need to make a copy of it. So let's say I wanted to use this one. I would need to duplicate it, because if you host it directly from here, you will get some kids participating who are not in our community. So to keep it kind of within the network, you want to host it on your own page and just make a duplicate of it. Now, back to what happens when you go to dashboard and some of the different things you can do. So here's why I like it differently than Kahoot. There's no time aspect to this. There's no timer counting down. If you know Kahoot, you know that it counts down. 60 seconds left, 59, which adds a lot of stress for our community of learners. What I like about it is when you go to host, you can select a game mode, and it's not just a classic. So the classic is similar to the Kahoot one you may know, but there's things like cafe, factory, tower defense, a racing one, and all the same questions appear, but there's no time. So the kids can take as much time as they need to be accurate. For some of them, the faster they are, the better they do. But all of them strive on them being accurate. And there's no timer counting down. Again, I'm going to keep saying that because that's one of my favorite things, and I think has made the biggest difference for my kids this year especially. Once you select a game mode, you would then start the game, and you would, let's say I'm hosting a factory one. You can do by time or by a different criteria depending on the game. Let's say I wanted to do a 5-minute game. Maybe it's the end of math and the kids are all done and I want to just do a quick 5-minute wrap up. I would turn my settings on, host now, and you will notice that it has a game code similar to that. If you have kids on Zoom, you can copy the link directly, and then they can join directly. Their name would pop up and you would start the game. So that is how you host a game. The other thing that's nice about it, and my kids love this part of it, is you can assign it for homework. So if my kids have been asked to work on their division and multiplication facts all year through Quizlet. When I discovered this, we switched it over to Blooket, and I have assigned different games depending on the week. So for example, some of them you can't do as homework. So for example, racing you can't do, Battle Royale is a host-only game, and some of them are homework only. Like Tower of Doom is only for homework. Crazy Kingdom is only for homework. Now, let's say I wanted to do Tower Defense. It's one of my kids' favorite games, by the way, so they highly recommend it. You would click homework. You would set the amount of time, and what I like is that depending on how much time you set, the game will generate the goal for how many questions you solve based on the days that you've given it. So if I give 5 days for them to do it, they will give them X number of questions, and then they'll offer them to continue or be done for the day. You would then assign it, you'll get the link, and then you can put it directly in Google Classroom. This has been way more engaging homework-wise for my kids for math. Now, what's great is you'll see that I have a bunch of ELA ones here We did those the other day. There's so many. We did one on natural resource vocabulary. There's some random ones like Name That Logo. If you're looking for a good morning meeting game, guess the kids' TV show character. Like, you can, opportunities are endless, and you can even create your own set. So definitely check this resource out, explore it. If people are interested, we can host some practice games as a staff. I think it's a blast. Teachers who've been in my classroom can attest that the kids love it. And I hope that this resource is beneficial for you and you enjoy exploring it. Let me know if you have questions as you're setting it up and if you need help.